So let's add a dependency to an app file which we check into our repository. In order to do that, we need to create the dependency in our app1 file. I'll open the app.json, and next to the private dependency app, we will paste in a block with the dependency for our Bing Maps PTE. Save that. Now we need to tell AL go for GitHub where to find that dependency, and inside our settings file, let's here add another install apps, and we'll say dependencies / star.zip, which is the files that we're going to look for, and then of course create a folder called dependencies, and inside of that one we'll need to download our app. Let's just navigate and open a tab here, download our zip file, and take that zip file and simply drag that into the dependencies folder and close this one. That's it. Let's take these changes and say add dependency to Bing Maps, commit that and sync the changes, and we'll see that a CI/CD workflow will be kicked off, and we can follow that here and see what happens. And with that, the build is done, and we can see that the deploy failed. Let's have a look at the build to see whether it actually downloads the Bing Maps app and installs it. Let's look at installing apps. See, it takes the private dependencies, the Bing Maps PTE, the common and the public dependency. The dependency resolution here says the external dependencies. Now we have the Bing Maps PTE there as well. And since it could install it, it also managed to actually find it. So downloading dependencies here will explain where to get the downloads from. But since the Bing Maps is in a location in the repository, it doesn't download it from anywhere. So let's have a look at the deployment and see what happens here. It tries to deploy all the apps, and some are successfully published. And when it comes to the Bing Maps PTE, it says that there is a newer version already synchronized. And that is because I selected the latest version of that. And I have continuous deployment set up from the Bing Maps PTE repository to the QA environment. So the preview is actually already installed. So I could have selected the preview. Back to one item. Why did we select the zip file and not the app file? Well, the primary reason for that is .gitignore, which excludes all app files. So we cannot place app files here. Then we need to change gitignore. If we do that, then we sometimes will get app files checked in that we don't want. So the best choice is to use a .zip file and put all the apps from together with the dependencies in one zip file, and that will just work. So that's it for adding a dependency to an app which is checked into your repository.